right, so we got the twin personalities of the Rainbow Warrior. Shout out to everybody, man, for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Let's get right to it. Let's go. Shout out to Mr. Funny
Hi,
King.
I'm Arthur, and this is part 2 in a 20-part series I am doing covering the most fan-favorite chapters of Space Marines in order of the Legions. Do you need to have seen the prior part to understand this one? No.
Also, y'all, listen, I don't know if you guys know, but in the video, I got like a little, decorations or whatever. I know I put my decorations up early, but, Merry Christmas to everybody. Well, happy early Merry Christmas to everybody. Other than that, let's get right into the video.
It would make me happy. For those of you new and old, I am covering all of these in order. And if you didn't know, there isn't, in fact, a second Legion of Space Marines. And in fact, it is an empty gap. So I usually use it as a fill space for Marine chapters that are either unknown or just fun enough and different enough that I can fill them into a spot and people will appreciate it. In the topic of today...
You know what? Here's what I'm saying. I'm going to say one more thing. Their color is actually not that bad. I don't know if you guys, first of all, bro, hopefully you guys had a great Sunday. My Sunday was absolutely amazing. I don't know if you guys know or not, but I actually don't record videos on Sunday because that's kind of like my rest day, since I do like a lot of videos every single day, y'all. So thank y'all so much for everything. Let's get right to it. But also I want to say, yo, these guys right here, the Rainbow Warriors. Now, here's the thing. Pause. The Rainbow Warriors sound absolutely diabolical. Like we ain't gonna talk about them too crazy because they can definitely pull up to the house and just light the entire thing up. But at the same time, if they're cool, they're cool. If they're lame, they're lame. I gotta be real.
We aren't going that far because I'm 99% certain that the chapter we will be discussing today is from Ultramarine stock, but hey,
that makes sense.
They are pretty unique, so it does counterbalance at some point.
That makes sense.
And who is this chapter? The Rainbow Warriors. See, I'd be repleting my duties if I didn't cover them at some point in a fan favorites list, right? So I might as well throw them in early in the second slot. Before I get into this, I just want to thank my channel members for supporting me and providing me with the...
Bro, me too, bro. Shout out to my supporters out there, bro. We are at, what, 8,713 subscribers, man. Who knew? This is absolutely diabolical, y'all. Thank y'all so much for all the support. Let's get right to it, man.
Means to do this as a job. I love making videos and giving my opinions, and even if I wasn't getting paid for it, I'd still do it. But it is difficult to do full time at the rate that I'm going without the support of you lovelies. So, thank you. And if you want to support this content, or just gain access to additional content, then become a channel member today. It would really help. Me gushing about my fan support aside, let's get into it, right? The Rainbow Warriors are one of the most interesting successors I've ever seen, and this is kind of divided into thirds. So
now y'all know how we get, y'all. Let's check out the fashion. I don't know, bro. Like, I get it. Like, it's in their name, the Rainbow Warriors, whatever. It makes sense. I just wish they added a little bit more color to everything else. Now, they did say that this came from Ultramarines, like, descent or whatever, but, like, I don't know, bro. I feel like they should have definitely, like, added, like, some more rainbowish type thing to the armor, yo. But, like, it is what it is.
So the first third is quite literally because they are one of the first chapters of Space Marines to have ever been shown. Like in the Rogue Trader first edition 40k book, before the Legions, before anything that you could consider canon lore, they were there with some of the original members of the fiction, which I think is insane to think about. Alongside that, they were considered one of the most popular chapters for a reason, though that cuts into the second reason why they are as popular as they are, which is the second third, and it's because they are pretty unique in aesthetic. Now, the aesthetic is divided into two halves, but for the canonical one, they are like the only Space Marine chapter to have a rainbow design on their armor, and even though they are clad in...
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say about this right here. This ain't too bad. See, this is what I like right here. Man, I really feel like whenever I'm in like doing like these Warhammer videos, I don't just like them because like, oh, like, Vulcan could be in one, duh. But at the same time, bro, I really feel like I can express like my fashion designer type of bag. You get what I'm saying? Like I really could, I feel like I can really just express like my fashion designer ideas and just swag with everything. Like this is what I like right here. Now, if they really wanted to get more cappy and more like, extravagant and more just, I don't know, just more rainbowish, right? Bro, they should have added this right here. and then put it like on like the little shoulder pads. And also, if they really wanted to walk that line, if you know what I mean, they would have put some rainbow stuff on the hands, on the gloves. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm, maybe it's like Skittles out here. But at the same time, like, bro, if they really wanted to walk that line, they will put this little rainbow thing on the hands, on the shoulder pads, and they might even sprinkle a little bit of Skittles on the gun. Maybe that's just me, yo. Maybe that's just me.
Ultramarines blue. The rainbow stripe on their honk and schnoz is pretty cool. It actually is very...
What did he say? On a what?
Rainbow stripe on their honk and schnoz is...
Hunk and schnoz? What is that, y'all? Y'all let me know what that means.
Is pretty cool. It actually very starkly differentiates them from the rest of their Ultramarine brothers.
Hunk and schnoz.
Alongside that, in I think one account of the War of the Museum book, you find out for some reason their plasma weapons don't just glow a single color like others, so they don't glow blue or green or red. They actually glow in multiple different undulating colors like a rainbow, which is neat, and it's very thematic
that makes
for
sense.
them as a legion, as a chapter. But that being said, we don't know much about them. And the last third is that they have kind of been made popular by fan contributions. It's so rare that this kind of thing happens, and it happens well. Because I've seen fan fictions of alternate universes that people like, but none of them have really gotten as popular as the Rainbow Warriors fiction. It very rarely does, and when it does happen, many people are not nearly as rabidly interested as they are in the Rainbow Warriors. And yeah, just the Rainbow Warriors
is that,
some of
though?
the best fan fiction and fan content in the setting. It has been kind of a one-man mission set out by one dude to make them as cool as humanly possible, and for some reason, he succeeded. Seeing the ideas at hand here and seeing the potential for something greater than just slightly different Ultramarines, the original author who created the fanfiction additions to the Rainbow Warriors, for lack of a better word, was absolutely cooking with this shit, dude. The aesthetic of Aztec Death Warriors that...
Boy, hold up, yo. This is fire. See, this is what I'm saying, y'all. Hey, who made this? Somebody give me his name right now. This is fire. This is absolute fire, y'all. Yeah, I like this. Yo, what is that loud thing outside? Oh, my bad. Y'all, sorry, y'all. That was a truck outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. But, yo, this is definitely fire, yo. I can definitely get along with this. As a matter of fact, bro, I can definitely wear this. I feel like if I wore this to, like, a club or something like that, bro, like all the men and all the owners would try to throw me out because I'm taking all the women's attention if I wore something like this, bro. No lie.
Rainbow theme. It's super thematic. Each of the companies are themed after the colors of the rainbow.
Hey, I like this, y'all.
Have a different meaning. So... before I get into the specifics and kind of destabilize the formatting of this video, let's organize this a bit. So, what do we know about the canon versions of the Rainbow Warriors, the ones that are specifically GW canon? And what we know is that they are Codex compliant, that is linked with the Ultramarines. They had a planet named Prism because Rainbows and GW in the 80s either cooked too hard with the names or barely had them in the microwave. They were a Codex compliant, like I was saying.
Hey, to anybody that's like, older than, like, let me say, he said the 80s. So to anybody that's like older than 90, like whenever you guys were like young in the 80s, right? Like, my bad, sorry, I had to burp. Whenever you guys were like born in the 80s, right? Because I think a lot of you guys are like, what, like 70, 80, maybe 90 years old. I think you guys are like, I think you guys are definitely breaking like the plane of like 100. Whenever you guys were like born in the 80s and stuff like that, and y'all like had like, like the Warhammer things and stuff like that, did y'all know, like, could y'all even envision that Warhammer would ever be this popular? To anybody out there that was born in the 80s or 90s, that is an honest question to y'all. Just think about it. Did you know, and if you're like a long time Warhammer fan, like if you had like the tabletop and everything, like my question is like this is a truly thing. I'm not even trolling. Did you know, or did you ever even think that Warhammer would ever be worldwide, or that Warhammer would ever be at where it is now? Because obviously, in my opinion, maybe I don't know too much. Maybe y'all can definitely come through and like educate me. But I think that Warhammer is definitely the biggest it's ever been. I've been covering Warhammer for about 2 years now, like with the video game. Obviously, that's actually how I got into Warhammer, through the video game. And I'm gonna just say, like, bro, when I like set my eyes on a Warhammer game, y'all, I was hooked, completely hooked. I I've been checking out Warhammer lore for about a year now, y'all, and it's just crazy because I didn't even know this thing stretched back all the way to the 80s. Now, obviously, it stretched back, with the books, with the tabletop, etc. But it's just crazy how something can just like be out for that long, and it can like hit its peak, or it could just keep getting more popular and popular year after year. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like I could easily say like video games like PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, because those consoles been out for what 20 plus years. But it almost like maybe makes me like think about like certain video games, y'all, like Silent Hill. Bro, Silent Hill came out what 2000, what 1999, 98. It's just crazy just looking at how like some of these games, or Mario. I don't know how, like, why did I go straight to Silent Hill but not Mario? But like, bro, Mario been out for what 40 plus years, 40 50 plus years. Bro, it's just crazy how like year after year after year how something can be out for so long, and year after year after year something gets like more popular, more popular, and popular. It's just crazy. So like that's my honest question to a lot of the Warhammer fans, or older Warhammer fans, to people that's around like what 70 80 years old. Did you not did you know that Warhammer would ever be as popular as it is now?
Have been brought up once in, I think, the
Why
last 20 years.
we looking at his crotch? Why we looking at why we looking at his pearls right now?
In a small
What's going
segment
on?
in an audio drama called Mission Purge, where they just get their name made fun of because lol, rainbows ain't manly. But aside from that, we don't know much other than there was a weird deletion of them from their homeworld of Prism, and that's all. So there are a lot of gaps to fill for the entirety of the lore they have. Thus, some absolute madman filled in the gaps that we needed filled with Aztec-y goodness. Now, I should note, I am a northeastern Canadian, so a lot of cultural significance and a...
Ooh, I feel bad for y'all. Shout out to all my Canadians that's watching this video, bro. Shout out to you. But bro, if you're a Toronto Blue Jays fan, GG's. Now I'm gonna keep it real. I am a Dodgers. I am a Dodgers fan, y'all. So, man, good game. First of all, amazing game 7. In the World Series. But Leo, y'all had multiple opportunities to win that game. I ain't even gonna. I don't want to jug nobody's memory. I don't want to bring back memories, yo. But like, just know y'all had multiple opportunities to win that game. Y'all were celebrating way too early. The crowd was the crowd thought they won everything. When y'all went up 3-0, I bet y'all was thinking, oh, we got them in the bag. No, you didn't. You got too comfortable. That's what happens whenever you don't win. And I'm sorry, I gotta say this. Whenever you're not used to winning and you start to win, you start to get a little too comfortable. You start to act like, oh snap, I'm the man, I'm him, I'm da 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 da. You've never won before. People who usually win, or people who wins a lot, whatever, I wouldn't say they're used to it, but they know, okay, I can't get comfortable. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. And that's literally in everything. Yo, it even says in the Bible, yo, be humble. Be humble like this little kid, like this little child. Bro, the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays crowd was getting turned up for no reason. Y'all thought y'all won everything. This is when I knew y'all lost. Even when we were down 3-0, I knew we were going to win because the Blue Jays, they were getting too comfortable. And that one dude off the Blue Jays, what's that guy's name? Vladdy, the really good dude, Guerrero. I think his last name's like Guerrero or something like that. Yes, he's really good, bro, but he was like, pumping his fist in the air. He was like trying to get all hyped and stuff like that. Bro, y'all haven't won the game. Y'all was getting way too comfortable. That's how y'all lost. It was the 9th inning. Y'all could have put us away in the 9th inning. Y'all was getting too comfortable. Too comfortable. The pitcher, he was throwing anything. Yo, shout out to Rojas. Shout out to Maxi baby. Shout out to the best Will Smith in LA. Yeah, the best Will Smith. Yeah. Shout out to the best Will Smith in LA. Like, bro, this is what happens. Sorry, I didn't mean to come through and go crazy on the Blue Jays. I just want to say, shout out to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
A lot of the pronunciation is going to be lost on me. So, I just like the pretty colors and am dumb. So
now, here's the thing, y'all. I'm going to just keep it real for what it is. This looks nice. I do get how some people can look at the rainbow as not manly-ish nowadays. When I was younger, bro, I loved the rainbow. They even had like the rainbow in like in like my elementary class, just like on the wall. I love like the colors, like the red. What was it? Red, orange, yellow, blue. What was it? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and stuff like that. Right? I love the colors, but obviously, like we get to a new age where the rainbow is looked at in a bad light by some people because of certain movements or whatever. And I'm not against all that. That's other people's business. It's just crazy how when you're younger, when I was younger in like the early 2000s or whatever, like you you don't really expect something like the rainbow to change into something so controversial. You get what I'm saying? And I can't like that. That's just it's crazy how things just change over the years, bro. Wow, like
Please don't be mean to me if I
you
say
get what I'm
rainbow.
saying. You get what I'm saying.
Wrong. So, a lot of these names are gonna go over my head. Nothing to do with Warhammer, but I remember going on a trip to Tennessee a few months back and wanted to order a tres leches flavored ice cream.
Okay.
And I kept pronouncing it with a French accent instead of the correct one, and they didn't know what I was asking for until my friend corrected me. So in short, I'm going to get shit wrong. I'm kind of an idiot.
Bro,
regardless.
You're good, bro. Just say it. Who cares if you make a mistake? Bro, y'all be giving him hell, don't y'all? Bro, y'all really be giving Mr. 40K Bones some hell. I can already tell, bro. He's afraid to even say this because he knows that some of y'all is going to kill him in the comment section down below. Why are y'all doing that to him? Let him live. It's always somebody in the comment section. Well, actually, it's actually pronounced like this. Like, bro, be quiet. That's how you look, by the way. That face. Just be quiet, bro. Like, there's always somebody in the comment section. Just they gotta correct somebody in a condescending way. I'm not saying that you can't correct somebody. I'm just saying there's always got to be somebody in the comment section always trying to like correct somebody, but in like a condescending matter. They always trying to correct somebody in like a matter to where like they're mocking you in a way, or they're trying to like belittle you because you said something wrong. Bro, it's not that serious. Cool beans. You know how to like pronounce something great in Warhammer. Oh, amazing. Like I could see if somebody was like, oh well, actually, Mr. 40K, it's pronounced like this. Da da da. Just want to let you know it's fine. It's cool that you messed it up. Whatever. We're human. It's okay, but it's actually pronounced like this. Da 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 da. So Mr. 40K Bones can look at it and be like, oh, that's how it's pronounced, instead of like, well, Mr. 40K Bones, you're so dumb. It's pronounced like what?
Let's get into this. So a small bastion of Ultramarines were stationed on a hellish world by the name of... Okay, I cannot...
Man, what the... Man, come on, yo. Yo, what? Man, listen, I'm gonna try to break this down. Axaria Ismanahayak. Wait, I did a good job. Axaria Cinema... okay. Exari is Exari C. Exaria Siamanahaknak.
Be the only one who would have trouble with that. Dude, I don't even... Chemanahawk, maybe? I swear...
Yo, we said the same thing.
Most of 40K fiction is just the authors trying to one-up each other with words they discover or create in terms
Facts. Or like I feel like whoever made this, bro, they definitely had like some like syrup on their keyboard, and like when they were typing, like some words were just randomly like just mashing in because the syrup was stuck in with some with some of the keys on the keyboard. That's what I think.
difficulty to pronounce. Maybe I'm just ignorant, but whatever.
No, you're not ignorant,
they were
bro.
stationed on a planet named that, which led to a decent time period of progress and advancement. So I think it's interesting that in the lore, they were considered a hellhole upon landing upon the planet, but eventually the planet became what is classified currently as a paradise world. Very similar to that of the Emperor's Spears, the Rainbow Warriors, once they cross over the proverbial Rainbow Bridge to become a Space Marine, are seen as ghosts and undead, which I think is very interesting. I love the cultural aspect of that, where they don't just see the Space Marines as these godlike figures. They see them as lost spirits, and the risen dead that should not be here. The trials to become a Rainbow Warrior are incredibly arduous, particularly violent, and for the life of me, I found a list of the trials somewhere and can't find it anywhere again, except referenced in like 2 videos and 1 Reddit post I found, so I guess the whole ripping out your own heart thing might be canon to the fanon, but I don't know. But suffice to say, from what I was reading, the tests are quite difficult to get into the ranks of the Rainbow Warriors, and the rainbow as a whole is used to represent the colors of the companies from 1 to 8, with 1 being occupied only by dreadnoughts, which is cool as hell because dreadnoughts are just cool, and the armor of these individuals is painted white instead of the traditional blue, representing the combination of all of the colors of the rainbow, meaning they embody the concept of the Rainbow Warriors in its entirety more consistently, which I think is cool. Now, after that, every other company from 2 to 8 gets their own individual company. I won't break it down because the significance isn't so significant that it's worth breaking down. Now, the companies of the 9th and 10th are a little weird. The 10th company, as it is the Scout company since they are Codex compliant, have not earned a color yet, so they are, of course, gray. But the 9th company, the Black company, is basically...
like, I'm gonna just keep it real, yo. I demand a color. Respectfully. Yo, I need a color. There's no way I'm about to walk into the Warhammer world with no color, with no fashion, with no drip, no nothing. Bro, you out your damn mind, respectfully. Yo, I need a color ASAP. Give me something. Now, obviously, you know, with my fashion type of mind, I can definitely move some things around with this color and try to mix it in with some other irrelevant color. But, yo, give me something. There's no, yo, Games Workshop, bro, if I'm ever, yo, whenever I get my faction in Warhammer, whenever I get, like, my other, like, you know, little small faction, like, next to Vulcan's faction, yo, I'm gonna need, like, a really good color, but, like, you know, with green, bro. Obviously, with my fashion mind, I can whip something together, but y'all gotta give me something to work with. Give me some good cards. You cannot just give me a bunch of 2s, 3s, and 4s. No, give me some good cards. Yo, give me some faces, bro. Give me some good cards. Give me something that I can work with. Bro, if I was a faction in Warhammer and our colors are trash, bro, we are not headed into the battlefield until we're dripped out. Point blank, period. Like, what?
The in-house World Eaters
They're
division?
tripping.
Because they are literally a dedicated war crimes company. They are often sent on missions to accomplish the dirty jobs that the Inquisition needs doing that usually involves a shitload of civilian casualties. They tend to wear pelts and are actually responsible in lore for a small civil war between the Inquisition and the Rainbow Warriors, as their methods were perceived by the Ordo Hereticus to be the work of the Blood God, which, if you read the things that I was reading, makes sense. So they sent the Sisters of Battle to attack the chapter instead of attacking the 9th Company, which, I get it. Space Marines are Space Marines. When you see the big man in power armor, you don't check to see if they have a black stripe. Though I do like this inclusion, as it's a reference to a single drawing in the original Rogue Trader book. This piece of art here is...
Yo, is this a girl? Yo, is this a woman? Because if that's a girl, yo, excuse me, miss. I see you from across the room. Yo. I mean, yo, she got the figure of a woman. I hope it is, yo. Because if this is a dude, yo, I'm playing a video. But if this is a woman, bro, I could definitely take a few moments to acknowledge beauty. Yo, does anybody know who this is? Yo, let me know.
One of the only canon pieces of Rainbow Warriors art that we have. It's actually a Rainbow Warrior getting goddamn kablamboed by a Sister of Battle for whatever reason, and no, it's never expanded upon in the lore for obvious reasons. Obvious reasons being it's Rogue Trader. This game is a bunch of wacky malarkey that is never going to be considered canon. The fandom behind the Rainbow Warriors is one of the more encouraging aspects of the 40k fandom as a whole. I find they are beyond an interesting faction, not so much because of how they interact with the fandom, but because of how the fandom's ideas rewrite the history of what the chapter represents. It is a bit too expansive, and I can see how it would grade against the designed canon and theming of 40k, but that's kind of the point of fan chapters and whatnot. See, there is a reason why we have 1,000 Space Marine chapters, and that's because we will never know every single one of them. They are all numbered, but we only know like maybe 200, 300 at the most, and the rest are there so you can make your own. So why not take a pre-existing chapter and expand upon it as much as you can to give it the backstory that it deserves, especially if GW doesn't want to expand upon it in general. Some authors in the Black Library tend to do that as well, where they will take a chapter that doesn't have a lot of lore and add things onto them just so that they can get more lore. I know that Aaron Dembski-Bowden famously rewrote some of the Shadow Wolves lore to be more like the Luna Wolves.
Ooh, this is the Luna Wolves? Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. I might like them, bro. I might have to. It looks could kill. Baby, I'm the fashion demon. Now, I'll keep it real. The Luna Wolves, bro, I can definitely rock with this. I can definitely mess with this, bro. Like, at first I didn't see the vision, but now I actually see the vision. This is actually something that I would rock and I would actually wear, bro. As a matter of fact, I feel like if I wore something like this to the grocery store, like, bro, no lie, bro. Like, and this is just me. Like, this is just no lie. Like, everybody knows this. Even like all their bitter boyfriends know this, bro. If I was to wear something like this to the grocery store, bro, I'm literally walking in. I'm not even like shopping for food. I'll just walk up to a bunch of like different women and get their numbers and just leave. Like, genuinely, like that's what I would do, yo.
Because his significant other liked the Luna Wolves and hated how they turned into the Black Legion at the end of the day, so they wanted to have something for them. So I thought that was very interesting. It's kind of nice to see people taking the initiative of what GW put down in order to do what they do, which just makes some fun stories for their funny guys. Putting little hats on your little Marines on the tabletop has always been one of my favorite aspects. I'm absolutely dog shit at kit bashing, but I always have a sort of deep-seated appreciation for people who take that little extra mile of like, oh, this is my specific company of Space Marines. I'm painting them with this shoulder pad because the chapter doesn't have that color, but whatever. I always have that kind of appreciation for that, and the Rainbow Warriors kind of exemplify.
And also, bro, it's yours, bro. Like, if you bought it with your money, it's yours. Like, I remember seeing a thing on I remember like watching, and maybe, yo, if y'all want me to like check it out, I can definitely check out like this video idea that I had where I was just like look up like people's like custom custom colored Marines or whatever. I can definitely look that up and definitely check that out for y'all. Like, we could definitely like find like a bunch of clips on YouTube and YouTube Shorts and stuff like that where people can like design their own color and stuff like that and not really go by the lore. Because here's the thing, bro, some people actually get mad whenever people color certain like Marines, or they will color certain things like other colors that wasn't a part of the lore. So for example, if somebody had like an Ultramarines thing or whatever, and somebody would color the Ultramarines pink instead of blue, you'll have some people get mad at that. I'm gonna keep it real. Why are you getting mad at that? I do not understand that mentality. I remember seeing like a YouTube short of like a guy complaining about how some people in like the Warhammer community were complaining that he painted like a certain Marine or whatever, like a different color. And people were mad at that. How are you mad at that, bro? He bought it. It's his. I don't want to get mad, but at the same time, like, why are you getting mad at people coloring, like, figures? Like, what are we talking about? Oh, well, the Ultra Rings, they're blue. Okay, and his is pink. Is it just me? Please don't tell me it's just me, y'all. Please. Please tell me y'all agree with me on this one. There's no way. Like, no.
Exact concept. What do you think about the Rainbow Warriors, both canon and not? I love.
Hey, they cool. I like them, man. They cool. I'm gonna keep it real. Hey, I can definitely rock with the Rainbow Marines. Like they're the lore. Like they don't really have too much like lore wise, but at the same time they're like low key, and also like fashion wise, y'all. They really got it. They really got that bag. So comment down below, man. What do you guys think about it, man? Shout out to Mr. 40K Bones for the video. I haven't really heard too much about the Rainbow Marines, so I mean, if they do pop up in like future videos or whatever, we definitely gonna acknowledge them because I like them, y'all. I definitely like them, man. Comment down below. What do you guys think about this video? Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna see y'all that next time out. Peace out, everybody.